Oh, you know, just another day at the circus being full-on clowns once again. Hey everyone, it's Luc here. Today I'm going to dig deeper into everything we know about SM's new girl group. And in case you didn't know, rumors about them have been flying since Red Velvet debuted. And that was 6 years ago. Today we're going to be talking about past and present potential members of the new group, their rumored names, the group's concept, and when they're finally going to debut. Without further ado, let's check it out. We're gonna start off by talking about some former SM trainees that were rumored to be part of the new group, because to figure out who is the final lineup, we need to know who is not in the lineup. First up, we have Lamy, who is a Korean trainee dating back to 2013 with SM Entertainment, but as of February 2020, it looks like she has left the company as she no longer appears on their websites. She's now opened her own personal Instagram account, but her future plans are unknown. In a similar vein, we unfortunately have Goin, who also is rumored to have left SM as of February 2020, and she no longer appears on their websites either. She's now opened her own Instagram account and her future plans are unknown, but some fans have speculated that she's moved to Big Hit Entertainment, though as far as I know, that is purely a rumor. Next, we have Hedin, who is an English trainee with SM from 2015 onward, but in 2017 it was confirmed she left the agency. Since then, she appeared on Mnet's Idol School and is pretty active through YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. She's actually still friends with Yeri from Red Velvet, which is pretty nice to see. So those three trainees, as well as another rumored member, all appeared on the Korean edition of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse show, so they were pretty well known within the fandom, and fans were understandably shocked to learn that they were no longer part of SM Entertainment. Next up, we have Yi Young, who was a Chinese trainee with SM Entertainment until 2018. She then pursued activities in China such as Produce Camp 2020 and has released her debut solo single this year. Finally, we have Junghyun, who was confirmed to have left SM in 2019 and has since signed with Key East Entertainment, which is an agency that houses actors and is ironically a subsidiary company of SM. Now we get to the more uplifting part, because we're all hoping these girls are going to debut with the new girl group. Now bear with me because there are 9 speculated members that I found, so I'm going to go through them a little quick. First up, we have Hina, who is the other member that appeared on the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse show, which by the way featured a lot of current NCT members that were trainees at the time. Hina is a 20-year-old Korean-Japanese trainee with SM since 2012, and she's rumored to be one of the group's dancers, possibly the main one. Next up, we have Yoo Ji-min, who is a Korean trainee with SM since 2016, and she's rumored to have a vocal and visual position within the group. She is currently best known for appearing in Taemin's Want music video and performances. Another rumored member of the group is Ning Ning, who is a Chinese trainee with SM since 2016. She's known to be a vocalist and possibly even the main vocalist of the group. Now here's where things get a little more fuzzy and a little less certain, because I found a lot of this information on Twitter and it may not be reliable. So take this with a grain of salt. Actually, take this whole video with a grain of salt. Dae is a 19-year-old Chinese trainee with SM since 2018 and is rumored to have a visual and vocal role in the group. Then we have Daisy, who is a 15-year-old Thai trainee with SM since 2018 and is rumored to have a rapper and dance role in the group. Next, we have r-jing, who is a 16-year-old trainee with SM since 2019 and specializes in vocals. We also have Helen, or Hyejin, a 16-year-old Korean trainee who was raised in Australia and has been with SM since 2019, and Helen specializes in dance. Finally, we have a trainee who's referred to as the BBC girl, or Kim Min-jung, which may not be her actual name, but she appeared in a BBC documentary about SM Entertainment a little while ago, and she's rumored to be around 19 years old. Something that's pretty interesting is that one of SM's vocal trainers recently posted a clip from this documentary that features the rumored trainee. Even more intriguing is that the trainer liked a lot of the comments referring to specific rumored members of the new girl group. I smell a conspiracy. And needless to say, a lot of fans are going crazy about it. And it is important to mention here that not all of these members may appear in the group from debut, but it doesn't mean that they won't debut at some other point. and I'll explain what I mean when I discuss the group's concept later on. As for the group's name, it's pretty much a total guessing game right now, but we do have a few leads. Some of the earliest names that appeared within the fandom include Moonlight Angels and White Fox. Later on, fans discovered that SM had trademarked the following names: Starlight, Life, Friends or Frenzy, and Spry. Most people seem to think that the last one, Spry, is most likely to be the new girl group's name, and I would tend to agree with that, but I think there's a strong possibility it's something entirely different as well. I think there's a strong chance that some of these trademarks are also for a fandom name or something like, I don't know, a project like SM Station. You never really know, they could be song titles, they could be album titles, I don't know, merchandise. I'm not an expert in this. But it's also worth noting this particular SM insider did say the group's name is something we've seen before. And honestly, I don't know what I've seen before, so who knows. I do also want to say that this wouldn't be the first time that fans were misled about a new group's name. Like before ITZY debuted, they were rumored to have the name Denimals, which, you know, looking back on that now, we're like, what were we even thinking? So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Again, there's just so much speculation and rumors surrounding the group's concept, so I'm gonna keep this section a little short as well. I think fans have probably guessed every number from 1 to infinity regarding how many members are in the final lineup, but most fans tend to agree that 7 to 9 seems most realistic. That being said, a lot of us think this new group may function similarly to NCT, with several different units, rotating members, new members, you know, a lot of movement and flexibility like that. This could mean that some of the girls will debut at different times from others, like when Lucas and Jungwoo were added to NCT 2 years after the first unit debuted. Supposedly, this concept was also going to be used with Red Velvet when they debuted, and it was heavily rumored at the time. There's even this video that was shared after Red Velvet debuted, heavily hinting that Yeri was joining the group later on. So who knows what else SM had planned, because that one went right over my head. So does this mean SM is using the rotating concept for this new group? Maybe or maybe not, but it's also worth noting that many of the potential trainees are from outside Korea as well. To me, this could mean that SM might be planning several different units that focus on specific countries, like with the NCT unit Wavy that focuses on promoting in China. Again, this is all pure speculation, but it's worth taking into consideration. Finally, let's talk about the rumored new girl group's debut date. Now, it is pretty much still a mystery, but I think they were rumored to debut every month this year. I think they were most heavily rumored to debut in spring or summer of this year, but if that was SM's actual plan, I think it's understandable that they weren't able to do so because of the COVID pandemic. Some news outlets reported that SM was planning to debut the new girl group by third quarter, which would mean by the end of September, but others reported more vaguely that the new girl group, as well as a new boy group, were coming by the end of the year. So we've got a pretty vague window there. Many fans also believe that SM is waiting until after Super M's first full-length album on September 25th to announce the new girl group. And in reality, I do think this makes sense. I think SM is going to want to focus fully on this release because it is quite an internationally focused one. And I do also think they want their new girl group to be internationally prominent as well. So I think they're going to want to, you know, manage their resources carefully. I think it's possible that they could start teasing the new girl group before Super M's album is released, but in reality, I think the reveal and the debut could come in October, but don't quote me on that one. Again, take this all with a grain of salt, and I know a lot of us are salty about this situation, so there's a lot of that to go around. And there we have it. There is still so much we don't know, but I did my best to dig deeper and share what I found. Hopefully we'll get some answers soon, and I'll be sure to share them on my Twitter and Instagram at AwkwardLuc. So what do you think? Is it finally happening? Are we cloning ourselves? Did I miss anything, or am I wrong? Let me know in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below and leaving me a like. I really appreciate your support and your feedback. It's really nice to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay awkward, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!